Hello, everyone. Today is Wednesday, May 7th, 2025, and welcome back to Love Remembers. We have a lot to uncover, a lot to over, so let's just jump right into it. Today, the Federal Reserve held interest rates steady today, keeping them at 4.25% to 4.5% range for the third consecutive meeting. Fed Chair Jerome Powell cited rising risks of both inflation and unemployment, largely driven by the Trump administration's tariff policy. The central bank is adopting a cautious wait and see approach due to the heightened uncertainty in the economic outlook. But meanwhile, the so called talks with China, nothing more than another political theater, folks. Trump is already signaling, just like he did with Canada, that he's not going to touch those tariffs. He's going to keep milking that cash cow, squeezing every little last drop from the American businessmen and consumers. It's the same playbook, only a different day, different country. And then there's Ukraine. Trump promised the world he'd stop the war in a day. Remember that? A day, folks, 24 hours. And yet here we are. Putin just announced a so-called ceasefire. And what happened? More bombs, more bloodsheds. Ukraine launched over 500 drones in response, folks, hitting back very hard. And Russia, they panicked. They panicked hard today. They shut down all their airports, causing chaos and leaving people stranded all over the place. Right before the dignitaries from all over the world were supposed to be coming in for their May 9th parade. You could call it diplomacy. I call it desperation. And while the world burns, Donald Trump is more worried about some imaginary line between Canada and America, probably wondering where he's going to play golf this weekend. But that's not all, folks. Yesterday, Trump announced there's a big announcement coming. Remember that from the Oval? From what I'm hearing and from my sources about the Middle East, and guess who's in the thick of it? Yep, Steve Witkoff, you guessed it. And the Two and a Half Stooges, Pete Hegseth, is playing games at the Pentagon, and Marco Rubio is somehow juggling being Secretary of State and National Security Advisor at the same time, while we have India and Pakistan, two nuclear powers that are attacking each other right now as we speak and are on the brink of a major war that's escalating rapidly. And yet our commander-in-chief is more concerned with tariffs, border walls, than any nuclear threats. And let's not forget the chaos in the Middle East. Yemen is burning. Israel's on high alert. Tensions are rising and the flames are spreading. It's a powder keg waiting to blow, and one's handling it. The Two and a Half Stooges, Witkoff in the Middle East, Hegseth making messages at the Pentagon, and Marco Rubio playing make-believe diplomat. Just think about that. But now I'm going to give you some good news. Yesterday, I had a conversation with Congressman Ro Khanna, and let me tell you, our call to action to flip the House now is gaining major momentum. Congressman Ro Khanna told me that they've been speaking with the three critical congressmen that I mentioned, Bacon, Fitzpatrick, and Valdeo, and it's moving. He told me to pass this message on to every single one of you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep sending those emails. Keep making those calls. Keep posting, coming out and protesting. Everything matters because doing nothing is not an option. I keep telling you that. And while you're doing your job, I'm doing mine. I've got calls into plenty of congressmen and women to make our voices heard. We are moving the needle. But every one of you, every one of us can do something because history is going to judge us accordingly. We need to take this fight not just to the Democratic town halls, but the Republican ones too. Let them hear your voice. This isn't about policy difference, folks. Policies aren't even being talked about right now. All we can see is our economy collapsing, our rights disappearing, our institutions being trampled on, and our Constitution being shredded right before our eyes. So right now, we need to unite. We need to make a stand. One voice, one purpose, one mission to be heard. And we're doing it. And I want to thank each and every one of you who's been supporting this movement, because this is not just a community anymore. It's a huge movement. We are growing stronger every single day. But now is not time to stop. It's a time to push even harder. Make sure you get 2, 3, 4 more people to join us in our movement. We need to keep growing. Our movement is growing. Our voices are being louder and being heard. If you can, please become a paid subscriber. Contribute to Venmo at Lev-Parnas, because you are the backbone of this moment. You are what keeps it going. I want to thank every single one of you for what you did, because we will succeed and we will save our democracy. And remember one thing, continue calling, emailing your Republican congressmen, especially Bacon, Fitzpatrick, Valdeo. Go to their town halls, show up, make noise, make sure your voices are heard. Because remember, again, doing nothing is not an option. I want to thank you again, and this is Love Remembers, and I'll see you tomorrow.